Hello and welcome to this team showcase video. Today I will present the team I was using to get to the top 16 in the Dortmund Regional with Magmar. Two friends of mine used the same team and they also made huge finishes with top 16 and top 8. So it's a really good team and I hope we can see that particular team in the future as well. And that's why I decided to share it with you so you can use it in the Louisville Regional or maybe in the Lille Regional or wherever, because I think the team is pretty cool. But let's get right into it. As I already said, I was able to get into the top 16 of the Dortmund Regional, and the best performing team with Magmar is the one from Ibrahim Marouf, who got 7th place with exactly my team, and I was the 10th place, as you can see here. And at number 15 we've got Rahim Fazan, who also used the very same Magmar team. So we three decided to run a very known team, or a very similar team to the Electabuzz, Primarina, Rillaboom team that was popular at the Baltimore Regional. But this time we decided to drop the Electabuzz with and switch it up with Magmar and try to refine some sets to make the best version out of these balanced teams as possible. And for that we gotta take a look at the team builder. So here we are, and the first Pokemon we are going to showcase is the Dragapult. The Dragapult features a Choice Band Terra Dragon set with Dragon Darts, Phantom Force, Outrage and U-Turn, and we are max speed and not jolly. We are adamant because the extra damage is so important for some calcs. We are running Terra Dragon instead of Terra Ghost, Terra Blast, because there are a lot of Pokemon that are pretty good into the common Terra Blast set, like Incineroar, Porygon 2, Ursaluna, and Terra Dragon Dragon Darts is just a very good way to spread chip damage, and it's way more than chip damage, I'm going to tell you. The damage this thing deals is insane, especially because then you can use Outrage instead of Terra Blast, and Terra Dragon Outrage is crazy because you deal 90% to a Porygon 2. You can one-hit KO in Amoonguss, you can one-hit KO in Incineroar, and it's just phenomenal. And we are running not max attack. People are just running 252 attack, but you should not do that, because I was spending multiple minutes and hours to find out if there is a difference between 244 and 252, and I'm telling you, there isn't. Instead, you can run 4 HP, 4 defense, and 4 special defense, and with that, you increase your odds to survive certain moves like Mystic Water, Terra Water, Wave Crash from Bascule Legion in rain is 18.8, and I think Choice Band in rain is Wave Crash is 31.3, because you can go Terra Dragon to not have a Last Respects weakness, and Last Respects with 50 base power is also only a 37.5. You can do the calcs yourself, but that was something where we needed 4 HP and 4 defense. And that's the reason we didn't play max attack. And it's just a super good damage dealer. The only problem are fairy types. But to deal with the fairy types, we've got Sneasler. And Sneasler is a very good Pokemon in the current meta, because you can hit a lot of normal types and dark types for super effective damage. Kingambit, Incineroar, Porygon 2, Ursaluna, and Diaclaw is just such a stupid move, honestly, because you have a 50% chance first that you get one of the status effects, which are Sleep, Para, and Poison, which means you have a 17% chance to get a Sleep, and the opponent cannot use a Grass type or Safety Goggles to block the Sleep. It can sleep everything. So you need a Lumberry to be prepared against Diaclaw. And on top of the 50%, you have a 30% Poison Touch chance, which makes Diaclaw a chance of 65% that something triggers. A Para, a Sleep, a Poison. Obviously, sometimes you get stuff you don't really want, because if you face, for example, an Iron Defense combo and you need the poison and suddenly you get a Dire Claw para, it's not great. Or if you have like Magmar on the field, because the Magmar has Will-O-Wisp, and you go for Dire Claw Will-O-Wisp into one slot, which you should not do because you know the odds of Dire Claw. But if you are forced to do that, I don't know, then it can be a bit anti-synergic. But other than that, it's fine. And we've got Fake Out and Protect. I think Protect is the best move on Sneasler, because otherwise you are way too vulnerable for double ups. And Terra Ghost is the choice to block Extreme Speed and Fake Out, as well as some other key priorities like Quick Attack on some weird Pokemon as well. And we are running max speed because we really want to outspeed, or at least speed high other Sneasler, and Adamant just didn't feel worth it because then you also are slower than Mousehold, and we really don't want that. And the best partner for Sneasler is Kingambit, because the problem that Sneasler has is that it cannot hit Goldango at all, because we are not running Throat Chop. And Kingambit Sneasler is such a great offensive core, because the problematic Pokemon for Kingambit, Sneasler can remove them. For example, Clefable. Clefable hardwalls Kingambit, but Sneasler deals with it. While Kingambit can remove Goldango, where Sneasler struggle against. So yeah, we've run Max Attack, Max HP set. We are running Max Attack because it is important for some calcs, because for example, Basculegion, after it takes Wave Crash Recoil, we want it in range for a Terra Dark Sucker Punch after it Terras as well. Or for +2 Terra Dark Sucker Punch to KO at Chaludon, because the Rain matchup is one of the worst matchups for the team. All other matchups I've played, I won most of them 2-0 even. So this is why we need max attack. And with max HP, we have a 93.8% chance to survive a close combat when we go Terra Dark from a Sneasler. Which is pretty cool. Obviously, you can get Poison Touch, they might be Adamant, but it is pretty nice to get that benchmark. And we are running 4 speed in case we are running into Kingambit Mirrors. I do not recommend to run 12 speed, because when it gets dicey and Psy Spam, if you face an Armarouge, which is min speed, you suddenly speed type them because they are 72 speed. Usually they should not be 72 speed, but you don't know it, and that's what makes it a little bit awkward. And yeah, Terra Dark Black Glass is just insane damage output, and also like Kingambit struggles against Farina, but that's where Sneasler helps, or the Rillaboom. Rillaboom has a very, very interesting spread, because it is EV'd to deal out as much damage as possible, but still outspeed a Chaludon and maybe Dragonite and everything that runs around this speed stat. You might say, wait, Ursaluna Blood Moon has 114, why are you not running 115? I think Timid Ursaluna is not real, because we don't have Urshifu anymore, we don't have Calyrex anymore. And obviously they could run it for Chaludon, Blood Moon, Rillaboom and all that stuff. But if they are not in Trick Room and they are max speed timid, I can just KO them with Sneasler or Dragapult. And if Trick Room is up, I want the Rillaboom to be slower. And that's why I also decided to run a speed stat of 113. And the bulk is also not just 12 SPDF, because even SPDF number for Assault Vest, that's not the reason. The main reason is I wanted to survive 2 things. I wanted to survive +2 Make It Rain Life Orb from Timid Goldango, as well as Metal Coat Modest Goldango, as well as a +2 Sucker Punch from Kingambit, because these are Pokemon that felt a little bit stressful during testing, and that's why we also have High Horsepower instead of U-Turn. And Timid Life Orb Goldango has a 6.3% chance to KO, and the Sucker Punch from Kingambit is also a 6.3%, but that was fine for me. And High Horsepower was so good. There was one game where I KO'd a Terra Poison Primarina, a Magmar, and a Sneasler. All 3 of them with a High Horsepower Rillaboom. And I also hitting Gold Angle for 80%, hitting other fire types like Magmar, hitting King Gambit. It was so insane. Also Terrafire Dondozo in day 2, Achaludon, one of the best choices I've made, and I'm really happy that I played High Horsepower Willa, because when I used U-Turn, I never really brought Rillaboom, which is kind of funny. But yeah. And on top of that, we've got Primarina. We have a double Fake Out core, and with Haze, we can position ourselves perfectly for against Dondozo. And Primarina also really helps in the mirror. With Terra Poison, you're good into Sneasel. As a fairy type, you're good into Dragapult. And we have so much bulk that we survive an Adamant Dire Claw from Sneasel, as well as combinations like Phantom Force and Dire Claw. Like they go for Phantom Force with Dragapult, and they click Dire Claw with their Sneasel, while we go for Protect. Then the Phantom Force doesn't KO us, because we go Terra Poison. The Phantom Force doesn't KO us, we get the Citrus Berry, and then we should also be able to survive a CC. And that's what the bulk is for. We've got the Jump Point and Special Attack, and 60 Speed EVs to outspeed other Primarina, and also Adamant max speed Dondozo is 87 speed, and we are 1 point faster than that. We have a perfect Citrus Berry number, and I'm really happy with this spread, and I think it's really good. But the star of the team, Magmar. Out of my 24 games, I brought Magmar in 23 of them. The only time I didn't bring it, it was on stream. And this Magmar was so key. The Death Investment allows it to survive a Rage Fist from 36 Adamant Annihilate after it gets beat up by Mousehold, so you get a Will-O-Wisp off. You survive a Headlong Rush from Ursaluna if you go Terra Ghost, and you have enough special attack with a Modest Nature to KO Goldango, which is super important. You KO King Gambit with a, I think max HP King Gambit is a 37.5% chance to KO, but that's why we have Will-O-Wisp. We can go for Will-O-Wisp first and then go for Overheat the next turn. To also, because if we are taunt, they can just click Sword Stance and then they can just go for Sucker Punch. That's why Will-O-Wisp is so important on that Magmar. And yeah, and the speed is chosen to outspeed most opposing Rillaboom, and we are also faster than Pelipper because you actually bring Magmar in the rain matchup, just because of Follow Me. And this Magmar also really helps because Amoonguss is a little threatening against King Gambit, Primarina, Sneasel, Pulled, and you can just redirect the Spores because it has the Vital Spirit ability. And Ibrahim Maroof, who is also a creator of the team, as well as Rahim Farzan, Ibrahim said, we were Terra Dragon before, and he said, why should we not change the Terra to Terra Ghost? And it was so good, because then Facade from Ursaluna has no effect. Terra Blast from P2, Porygon 2, Fake Out, especially Fake Out, and that's a really good change. By the way, you can find both the other creators, Ibrahim and Rahim, in the description below. I linked their Twitters. And yeah, this spread is also amazing, and the team overall has no really big weaknesses. I would say the worst matchup really is Rain, or something like Weezing Galar with Ability Shield, Incineroar, and Corviknight and Terrafire Garchomp. Ibrahim played against that and it sounds very horrifying, but other than that, I would say everything was super playable, especially the mirror. You have an advantage in the mirror with Magmar over Electabuzz, which made this team really good in the end. But I would say, let's see how it works on the ladder. Alrighty, here we are. Don't be surprised, my game is in German. I lost my Pokemon Violet game. I will find it. But for today, we have to play in German, and I hope you guys don't mind too much. And it's just a very similar team to the team that Favzi Özkan played to get to the top 8 of the Dortmund Regional. We just see the Porygon 2 Ursaluna core instead of Sinistcha and Grimmsnarl. So against Rain and Mouse Ape, usually Dragapult is super good. Also a Terra Dragon Outrage does so much into Porygon 2, but you need to know that this is closed team sheet now, so there could be a random Terra Fairy. If this Archalula is Terra Fairy, I do not know which Terra it is, right? And that's a little tough. There are 3 normal types on the team and a steel type, so leading with Sneasel definitely makes sense because the other Pokemon like Pelipper and Annihilate are threatened by the Dragapult. And then against the Trick Room core, I like to bring Rillaboom. We've also got high horsepower for the Chaludon, right? Grassy Glide for the Ursaluna. And then last but not least, it's either Primarina or Magmar. I like Magmar as a redirection Pokemon for Mouse Ape, as well as threatening Follow Me with Terra Ghost against like Ursaluna. We've got Grassy Terrain as well, and yeah, I brought Magmar in 23 out of my 24 games, and I'm really, really happy how I played with Magmar. Obviously, what you need to know is that it's not the best Pokemon in the... Okay. Are you Terra Fairy Mouse Souls? I could switch to Magma, but what if he's Terra Fire Annihilate? I will just go for Terra Dragon, Dragon Darts, and Fake Out. Yeah. That should be fine. Unless he goes Terra Ghost with a Mouse Hold. But I don't... Okay, we will see it right now. I'm deciding to go for Terra Dragon to maximize my damage output and also survive a beat up. If he doesn't go for Follow Me, he will take 1 Dragon Dart, and then I want to survive the Rage. It is Terra Fairy. Wait, what? Maybe he expected Will-O-Wisp Dragapult. These Dragon Darts are going to hurt. Because now both Dragon Darts go into Annihilate. Dragon Darts is such a phenomenal move, by the way. I love everything about it. 1. No, it's Citrus Berry. If this was not Citrus Berry, we could have KO'd. Yeah. Wow. And now we should survive this, because I clicked Terra Dragon. Close, but yes. And now we can just go for Dragon Darts again. And he has no Dragon Dart CC switch. And in general, the Sneasel looks super good now as well. Dragon Darts CC. If he has Feint on the Mouse Sword, he could KO my Dragapult. If he goes for Follow Me, both Dragon Darts will be redirected. Okay, never mind. Okay, let's see how he deals with this now. Because Dragon Dart is going to KO the Mouse Hold. If he goes to Ursaluna, I can CC the Ursaluna. If he goes to P2, same thing. If he goes to Chaludon, same thing. And if he goes to Pelipper, I can Dire Claw that slot as well. Huh. That's why the combination of Dragapult and Sneasel is so oppressive. It is a lead I've chosen very often because it is just so strong. And he goes to Chaludon, and I'm pretty sure Chaludon just dies to Dragon Dart CC even after a stamina boost. So we go for Dragon Darts, close combat, and okay, he stays with Annihilate. So Dragon Darts, you also don't have to worry about who you target with Dragon Darts anymore. It was important back when Chien Pao was legal to always target the non-Chien Pao slot, but now it should not make a difference. Let's see, Dragon Darts. You see this damage? It's insane! And it's not even stamina, and that's why we KO the Chaludon right here, right now. And there's no Pokemon that can win. Porygon, Ursaluna, and Pelipper all just died from a combination of Dragon Darts and close combat. And that's the first game. We are in Master Ball rank, by the way. So I don't know why he clicked Terra Fire. I guess expecting Will-O-Wisp, but then you can also just go for Follow Me, so it was an interesting choice, but we take it, and that's a GG. I think there's nothing really you can gain from this game, just that Sneasel Dragapult is a broken lead, and that you should lead it when you don't know what else you want to leave, because you can do nothing wrong with Dragon Pulse neither, because you can U-turn out, you have fake out pressure on the board, and you can also, if you want, just click Terra Dragon Outrage turn 1 and nuke something, but you have to be careful against fairy types to not hit into those, because it's a 50% chance which slot you are going to hit. Alrighty, here we have the next team, and I assume it's Rain Dance Murkrow, based on the looks of it. But I... Okay, so Basque Legion obviously is a big threat. So it's the Ursaluna. Primarina in the lead looks very good because it has a good matchup into basically everything. And we need either Kingambit or Willa or both to deal with the Basque Legion. Magmar, even though there are 2 water types and the Ursaluna, could be an option just for the Kingambit. What are Pokemon that Primarina struggles against? Opposing Primarina and Kingambit mainly. I think a Rillaboom Primarina lead is very good here because we cover everything, because Primarina covers with Murkrow and Rillaboom covers with water types. And then in the back we bring, I would say, Kingambit, and we definitely bring Sneasel and something else for the Basque Legion, which could be Kingambit, and it should be Kingambit. We've got high horsepower on the Rillaboom, so we can deal with a Kingambit as well. Yeah, do I fake out the Dragonite? We are playing closed team sheets, so they could very well be multi-scale and just banking on us, not going for fake out. And okay, it's Murkrow Dragonite. Not the greatest lead for us, but we can Moonblast with Dragonite and switch Rillaboom to Kingambit. There's nothing that really threatens our Primarina, unless he is Thunder Punch, but I don't expect him to go for Thunder Punch here. And even if he does, we would survive one because we are physically defensive. And then next turn, we can go for Cowdow Cleave into Dragonite and Moonblast into Murkrow. It all depends on what he clicks with the Dragonite now. So if he goes for Choice Band Terra Normal E-Speed, it's a little annoying because Primarina doesn't take it too well. And he Terras immediately, so that means he's either Terra Flying Terra Blast or Terra Normal E-Speed. Forget everything I just said, it's Terra Ground Dragonite with Stomping Tantrum on the Primarina, EQ. But I set up the Grassy Terrain and he used Terra Ground against Rillaboom? What? And it's multi-scale, yeah. And it looks banded to me. So we can go for Hyper Voice and we can cleave the Murkrow because I don't want anything to switch in, and he could also switch with Dragonite Bow, but I don't want to KO the Dragonite here because I can use Sucker Punch on it the next turn. So he goes for Foul Play. I should survive a combination. What's this Dragonite set? Maybe he is AV? No, this doesn't look like AV to me. I do not know. What I know is that I can go for Sucker Punch into Dragonite and another Hyper Voice. He actually was Thunder Punch, but why did he go Terra Ground EQ turn 1 against Rillaboom Primarina? I'm going for Hyper Voice because I don't want to give him a free switch into Ursaluna. And okay, nice. And now we get rid of Tailwind because he only has one turn of Tailwind left. and that means that we can go for Protect, Sucker Punch. We will see what he goes. Probably Foul Play, yeah. And now we can toss our King Gambit. We can get a Sucker Punch off onto something. Probably the Ursa Luna, because with Rescue Legion he has to click. He has to click either a Terra or Aqua Jet or Protect. Let's just see what his last one. Ursa Luna and Rescue Legion, right? Primarina. Okay. How many turns of Grassy Terrain are left? 2. That's not great, but it's fine. Because we can go for Protect and Sucker Punch with Ursa Luna. Could have also used Terra actually, because I should have used Terra because I'm not tearing something else. So yeah. That Sucker Punch did like 30. I just want to find out if he is like if he is defensive or not. Because that would be an important information. King Gambit against the Blood Moon. 31 to 38 against max HP. I will just go for... I would say I can go for Hyper Voice Protect to bait out a Terra. Yeah. Hyper Voice Protect sounds good because I can bait out a Terra. I mean, I also take this, but that's confusing. I wanted to bait out the Terra because if I bait out the Terra on Ursa Luna and he KOs Primarina, then next turn I can go for Close Combat into Ursa Luna if it's Terra normal and would hammer the Primarina. If he goes for Terra Poison on Primarina, I can go for Close Combat into Ursa Luna and High Horsepower with Primarina. Or I can fake out the Primarina first and then go for High Horsepower, but this works as well. Because now we can just go for Diaclaw Hyper Voice and he just surrenders. I think I played this one very well again. Not big mistakes. Of course, I had Fake Out pressure, but I didn't decide to go for Fake Out because I really wanted to keep the Sash on Sneasel and have it next to Rillaboom. And that's why Protect on Sneasel is so important. So, yeah, let's go into the next one. Alrighty, the next one. Redemption. With Typhlosion, Hisui, HO again, Murkrow, but Primarina looks very strong. We could also just lead Primarina. We have to be careful against Indeedee though, because I really want to commit Terra Poison, but then also Typhlosion gets a little scary. What's the best partner? We could lead like Pulled, because that forces him to lead with Murkrow, and no matter, like if he leads, it's probably Throat Chop Sneasel. We could also lead Sneasel Prim with Rilla Magmar in the back. I like that a lot. It's just not great into Psychic Seed Sneasel. And that's why I'm thinking about leading Pulse. Like Primarina Pulse, Villa Sneasel. I like this a little more. Magmar is also not bad, but I think I need all the other pieces. Because basically, against everything, I can just go for Dragon Darts, Hyper Voice. Yeah. Let's first check what his lead is. Murkrow Typhlosion. I do not Terra with Pulled, I would say, because if he decides to lock himself into Shadow Ball, that's fine for me, and I don't think he will do it. I could go Terra Dragon. Dragon Darts Hyper Voice, get a double knockout. But as I said, I don't think he will do it. Instead, we can go for Hyper Voice and U-turn the Murkrow to get Sneasel into position. And he might also just switch out with Typhlosion. Okay, he doesn't. If he goes for Shadow Ball, as I said, it's okay. I don't think he will. I always get this one. But now, he doesn't get the Pokemon in he wants. Because we can KO the Typhlosion here with Hyper Voice. We do not KO the Typhlosion here with Hyper Voice. But I can go Rillaboom. I know that he can switch into Indeedee, but Indeedee would not stop the Grassy Glides from coming out. Like, it's not a priority, but he cannot fully block it at least. So I can just go for Moonblast into Murkrow and Grassy Glide the Typhlosion. I assume his last two are Indeedee and Sneasel. I really wanted to keep the Terra for Primarina, and I think it's still okay. I would have lost way more if he goes for Eruption and I click Terra Dragon than in this situation. Does he switch to Indeedee on this spot? Sneasel, okay. And Sunny Day. Alrighty. Indeedee now. He didn't bring Indeedee. Okay, so I just have to get Terra, Poison, Moonblast. I need Rillaboom for the... Yeah, I can go for Terra, Poison, Moonblast. I just need Rillaboom for... for... Typhlosion. Well, he only has 2 turns of Tyrant left, but I think that Rillaboom is also better into Sneasel than our Sneasel because High Horsepower just KOs him. And I didn't want to go for High Horsepower here because if he has Terra Ghost, Terra Blast, I also need the Grassy Glide to KO pulled after this chip. He has Terra Ghost, Terra Blast, and he might click Phantom Force, which would be even worse. Yeah. Okay. Oh wait, he goes for Dragon Dance. Okay. He KOs my Sneasel here. But as long as he doesn't get any Dire Claw shenanigans, I should win the game. Yeah. Is this Grassy Glide range? I'm 196 adamant. So it should be Grassy Glide range. Yeah, it is. So basically, we survive one Dire Claw. Unless we could also get a min roll. Oh no. If we get a min roll, we also KO. Never mind. Unless he has Bulk, but he won't. So we go for Moonblast into Sneasel. We have 2 turns left, right? Grassy Glide 3 turns, okay. So I can just go for Glide Moonblast, right? Or do I go for Fake Out Moonblast? Actually, Fake Out Moonblast might be safer. Yeah, now that I think about it. He even switches Dragapult, which makes this play even better. Because now we just get 3 damage on Sneasel, unless it's covered Cloak. But there's no way, right? Yeah. We would have survived. My plan was, even if he stays with Dragapult, we eat the Citrus Berry, we are back to 50. And we KO the Pulse, and next turn I can glide with Typhlosion, Moonblast with Sneasel. The Sneasel KOs my Rillaboom, and then I can Moonblast with Sneasel again with Primarina and win the game with that. I think you all saw the path as well, and now we just Moonblast with Sneasel and Grassy Glide. Actually, I should double target the Pulse with Grassy Glide and Moonblast. He can still win, because he might be able to survive a Moonblast with Sneasel. The roll is like, if I remember correctly, it's like 54 to 63 or something. Yeah, we KO the Dragapult. So, if he gets the sleep now on Primarina, and then a crit or a sleep on Rillaboom. Okay, he just goes for Throat Chop. For a second I thought, wait, did I click Hyper Voice? But why should I click Hyper Voice in the sun? So here we KO the Sneasel, I think. Nice. And I think that was, again, not a bad game. So I would say we can just go right into the next one. Okay, the next game, and it's... Okay, so I streamed on Tuesday, okay? And I streamed with GC Ladder, and there was one guy having Farigiraf Annihilate, and I thought it's Choice Scarf Farigiraf with Beat Up, and I led with Primarina, and didn't click Protect, and then he just clicked Final Gambit. And if this is a Beat Up Farigiraf now, I'm mad. But yeah, Primarina again looks super strong. We resist both stabs from Ursaluna, from Excalibur, and we hit everything super effective, just not Primarina. I mean, I can just also leave pull Sneasel, no? I mean, it looks super free, and we bring Primarina in the back, as well as Magmar? Redirection doesn't sound too bad here. Yeah, let's do this. Let's see how he counters this pull Sneasel lead, because I don't see anything that's really good into that lead. Okay. I guess Helping Hand Ice Shot? Well, it depends a little bit on the Farigiraf spread, but I think we can just KO it with Dragon Dart's CC. So I might as well go for it. And if he sets up a Trick Room, we have Primarina and Trick Room. Should have switched, right? It's funny how I always call these things, but never punish them. But it's okay. I didn't need Primarina to win the game. I only need... yeah, that's good damage. Should be Moonblast range. Or is it Citrus? Okay. Okay, so I can now close combat with Excalibur and Moonblast with Farigiraf. He might have a weird Terra, so I might as well just go for Hyper Voice. If it's like Terra Ground. Worthy. Nah, I think I can just go for Moonblast and CC. I should not go for any weird critic. Terra Poison could be a thing. Yeah. But that's okay. Let's go. Is he Terra Blast? If he is Terra Blast, that's absolutely not okay. Okay. Best of one is a great format. And with that, we lose. Yippee. I should have switched Dragapult turn 1 into Primarina. And also, I could have CC'd with Bags turn 1. Yeah, nah, that's on me. Sorry guys. I'm just trying to think how I can win this game from here. Overheat can KO with Bags, so we will go for Overheat into Bags. And I will go for Protect. Because he might Ice Shard with Sneasel, and then now I will go for Overheat and Dire Claw. Because I can't allow a Trick Room to go up. Okay. Overheat can KO him. Depends a little bit on his bulk. Okay, with Glaive Watch it definitely KOs him. If he has Torkoal, it's not winnable, I guess. We will see. Yeah, Tower Blast. I could have expected it, but at the same time, if I scout for something so ridiculous, I might lose way too much against the normal stuff. If it's okay, Ursaluna and Annihilate. I can just go for Protect first. If this is a bulk up Terra Fire Annihilate, we lost. But at this point I just have to hope that it's Choice Scarf. Okay. Protect. Protect. Wait first. Is it Choice Scarf? I have to hope that it isn't. Or that I KO Ursaluna with 1 CC, but it's Trick Room Ursaluna, so there's no way. Yeah. I know I could have clicked follow me, but close combat doesn't one-hit KO Ursaluna. I could have went for crit. Yeah. Oh, yeah, this is max HP. I know I'm -2, but yeah. Actually, is it max HP? Yeah, it is max HP. So my only way was to go for I can still go for Overheat crit into Ursaluna, and then like with Protect Will-O-Wisp I can maybe stall out the Annihilate, so I will not surrender here. Never mind. Yeah, the early turns with the Excalibur didn't go well. That's on me, but I will finish off with a win, hopefully, in the next game. And we miss the Overheat, but I should have just played the early turns differently with staying with pulled on the obvious Helping Hand Ice Shard. I call Helping Hand Ice Shard and I don't punish it. I just clicked way too fast. That's a ladder syndrome, which you should not copy. Always try to play your best and not as fast as possible. And that's my wisdom for now. And let's go into the last game. Okay, what is this? Meowstic Mail. with Indeedee, Mail, Murkrow, Charizard, Sinistcha, and Garchomp. So the biggest threats are obviously the Garchomp and the Charizard, I would say. Oh, my bad. I think I accidentally... Yeah, that's on me. But yeah, basically, we need something that's good into Charizard, Murkrow lead, and that's Dragapult. We can just go for Dragon Darts. We need to bring Rillaboom, but not in the lead, I would say. We can lead Primarina, Dragapult. If he leads Garchomp, Murkrow, we switch Dragapult to Rillaboom and go for Moonblast or Hyper Voice. Depends a little bit. If he leads Charizard, we can just go for Dragon Darts, Hyper Voice. And we bring Sneasel in the back. A Sashmon is always good. Or do we bring Kingambit? Actually, we should bring Kingambit because Sucker Punch looks so strong. But yeah, I hope I can win this last game. Yeah, I'm still a little upset that I lost the last one because I could have played that way better. But I just didn't think through because I just thought, okay, Dragapult just KOs everything. Dragon Dart, CC, woo. But yeah, this time I will focus. Okay, as I said, we will switch Pult to Rillaboom. Or we could also switch it to Kingambit actually, because I don't want to... I want to have terrain control. And we can go for Hyper Voice. I want to break a potential Sash on... he could also go for Earthquake. I will switch to Rillaboom actually, because he could also just go for Tailwind, Earthquake. And I can then switch from Rillaboom to Kingambit, and I will go for Hyper Voice. Obviously I can force a Terra if I go for Moonblast, but I just want to do some chip damage. To time it better when to KO Murkrow and when to KO Garchomp. And if he Terras, that's even better. Nice. That worked out really well. If he goes for Earthquake, literally perfect turn. Okay. Tailwind. I can see him going for EQ. Nice! Let's go. Way better start. It's not Life Orb. So I can now KO the Murkrow so that he doesn't get a second Tailwind off. And I can go for a switch into Kingambit. And then I can go for Sucker Punch into Chomp and switch Primarina out, so that if he switches to Indeedee in the same turn I want to click for Sucker Punch, since I have the slowest Pokemon with Primarina, I will get the terrain, not him. Like, he can reset the terrain with Indeedee, and then in the same turn I reset the terrain with my Rillaboom, so the Sucker Punch comes off. And he cannot go for fighting Terra Blast with his Indeedee anymore, because he Terra the Garchomp. So we are in a very good position here, and I don't have to KO the Garchomp. I know the Garchomp is maybe a little more threatening than the Murkrow, but the game plan is to deny the second Tailwind, and maybe he just switches Garchomp. That's also great. Indeedee Mail. Yeah, perfect. Now I can KO the Murkrow, then I go to... I can go for Sucker Punch and switch to Rillaboom again. Sunny day. Alrighty. So we KO the Murkrow, as I said. And the Indeedee is also not threatening with against Rillaboom and Kingambit and grassy terrain. So let's see what he switches to now. Okay, I think I can play it safe, right? I just ignore the Indeedee for now. It's probably Charizard last, since he set up with Sunny Day, but we can go for Sucker Punch and switch into Rillaboom. And if he switches Indeedee, which he does, okay, well played. But we can still... I don't know what's this. Wait. That's Meowstic. What? So I expected a switch, but Meowstic? And Protect, okay. But the Garchomp doesn't KO my Pokemon. And I can just go for Counter Cleave into Meowstic and High Horsepower the Garchomp. There's nothing to worry about. Yeah. Helping Hand Stomping Tantrum is a little annoying, but then I still have Primarina and Rillaboom, so I just go for Cleave. High Horsepower. He will probably... Yeah, he switches with... what is this? I have to fix my wires. What? Come on. I am sorry. Maybe it's a good thing that this is the last game for today. Could have obviously also went for Woodhammer. But now I can KO the Indeedee, and then I can remove terrain. I go to Primarina. Yeah. Or is there anything I'm missing? Both these Pokemon do not learn Focus Blast. Psychic. Not even Expanding Force. Interesting. What does the Meowstic do? Also Psychic. And now we can switch Primarina to Rillaboom, and I will go for Terra Dark Sucker Punch in case normal Sucker Punch would not KO, because he set up the Reflect, so there might be the chance. I didn't want to go Terra Dark earlier because I know that Meowstic learns Alluring Voice. But yeah, I think this is not Sucker Punch range, but it is Terra Dark Sucker Punch range. So yeah, that was a little terrain war, but I could showcase the strengths of a team pretty well. So if you enjoyed today's little team showcase, feel free to leave a comment or a like. That would help me out a lot, and I will see you again next week or in the other videos. And I appreciate all your support, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.